Next up, Mayor, is Rebekah Massey.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. Tonight, I am addressing the Council on a topic that should be in the hearts and minds of each and every citizen of our city. And tonight, that topic is about honesty, transparency, and acting in behalf of the best interest of the City of Surprise. The city begins its own policies and procedures manual with an Athenian quote, which the opening line is, "We will never bring disgrace on this city by an act of dishonesty or cowardice," whether it's campaign donations that come from special interest groups, to decisions being made behind closed doors in executive sessions, to votes not being aligned with their constituents. All roads lead to dishonesty and conflicts of interest, and these are only our elected officials. Many positions within the city are appointed or non-elected individuals, and these individuals, based on the manual, should also be bound to act in ethical manners. This is far too often not the case. Take into account the appealed court cases by our city attorney, Robert Wingo, and his legal team for the city. There was an employment harassment case brought by a woman that was on the city police force that was awarded a sum by a jury for harassment, and that was later repealed. There's the case of Skip Hall versus Voice of Surprise that has time and again been challenged up to and including the Supreme Court of the state of Arizona for a lawful and legal referendum against the city on a zoning decision that was not at all what local residents wanted, and for a myriad of legitimate reasons. The most recent lack of ethics involves the Director of Community Development, Mr. Lloyd Abrams, our City Manager, Mr. Bob Ringenroth, and then also the City Attorney, Mr. Robert Ringo, along with a few other staff members here at the city. And they have engaged in a form of censorship. As a private citizen and resident who's advocating currently for safer roads and better infrastructure along the Northwest Surprise areas, I've taken it upon myself to previously post some signs that are completely within the confines of the city code in the neighborhoods such as Asante, around the Asante Library, around City Hall, and around my own neighborhood in North Copper Canyon. These signs were, once again, perfectly legal and fully covered underneath the First Amendment as it outlines the freedom of expression, and the city did not follow due process in removal of those signs and has not made any sort of due process to notify me of any alleged code violations. The city has also failed to release any pertinent records in my Freedom of Information request along those items. And this is essentially a cover-up. And at this point, I demand that the city take immediate corrective action to address these issues and begin following their very own standard of ethics. Thank you.
Okay. Is that it?
That's it, Mayor. No one else.
Okay.